So let's close out today with a little bit of a chat about endorsements. This is a topic I've talked about many times. I've gone into it in my social media masterclass on orlandodrummer.com. I've talked about it. There's a YouTube video specifically. It came out probably 3 or 4 years ago. I think 5 things you need to know about endorsements. It's on this YouTube channel or my YouTube channel. And it's a topic I want to revisit here just briefly because it is so commonly misunderstood how endorsements actually work. I think a lot of times drummers younger drummers especially, will use endorsements as like this, it's the goal. They said it as like the light at the end of the tunnel, that if everything goes well, I would end up being endorsed, and then boom, like the sky opens up and everything happens for you. In reality, you have to be successful first before the endorsements even come. And endorsements that come your way, opportunities like that come your way before you are measurably successful, are ones that you should be very skeptical of, right? Because think of an endorsement like a business deal. You are offering something of value to a company, and in exchange, they are offering something of value to you, right? So everybody has to bring something to the table here. And if you are not bringing anything to the table yet because you're early on in your career, that's okay. But it also means that you're probably not ready for an endorsement because you don't have anything super valuable to offer this company just yet. And if that's your reality, that's not a big deal. That is where everyone starts, and it's where a vast majority of drummers find themselves, where they don't quite have enough value to offer a company, where that company would want to brand themselves alongside you or give you discounted gear or free gear in some cases. That just might not be the position that you're in, and that is totally okay. But I can tell you one thing that I see a lot of people doing wrong, and that is sort of racing towards endorsements. The reason this is so problematic is because if you're going to say yes to the first endorsement offer that comes in, that offer is probably not going to be too great. Sure, it might have a little bit of a discount on gear, but if it's one where the company still profits, I think you should question that a little bit, because ultimately you're still a client, right? Not necessarily an artist. It's not as collaborative. It's a little more like they're still selling you stuff. And that's a whole topic for another day. A lot of companies are guilty of doing that sort of thing. But I think when you race towards an endorsement, what ends up happening is that you'll take a deal where you don't have a lot of leverage in that deal. You're not offering anything that valuable that they couldn't get from a lot of other people that might be in your position. And if you think about this in a different way, what happens if you are the guy who turns down all of the endorsements for 10 years, for 15 years? By the time these companies are interested in you, they'll end up making you offers where you have all the leverage, because now they've knocked on your door, not vice versa. And that is a really enviable position to be in when companies are seeking your endorsement, not quite vice versa. I think that's the most ideal, that's the optimal position to be in, especially from a business standpoint. And let's be honest, these are business deals. So I really like the idea of not even seeking endorsements for a very long time. And I know that stings as a young drummer, who maybe is really excited about that possibly happening in the next year or two. But just imagine if you could wait another 2 or 3 years, and then these companies, they come to find you. You're not the guy asking to be endorsed. You're the one that they're seeking because you have made so much noise, you've made so much of an impact in the industry that they can't possibly ignore you. There's a quote from the comedian Steve Martin, where something along the lines of that, I'll throw it on the screen if I can find it, but it's something along the lines of make so much noise, be such a force in your industry that you can't possibly be ignored. And I like that approach so much more than the one where you make a little tiny bit of noise, and the moment you have some traction, you go knocking on all the doors to see who will take a bite. I think the opposite approach is really the way to go. And trust me, if you have something to offer this industry, the drum industry, and it's well received, it is a matter of time before companies come knocking. They are always looking. They're deeply plugged into the industry. So if you're wondering if they'll ever see you, if they'll ever catch wind of your videos or your content or your playing or this album, They will. They're looking all the time, but sometimes you have to exercise a lot of patience. And my message today is that it is so deeply in your favor to be patient when it comes to endorsements. Don't rush them. Don't take the first deal or the second or the third that comes your way unless it is truly what you want. And in my experience, the longer you wait, the more leverage you have, the greater value you offer that company, and everyone ends up being more excited and happier about these deals when they happen. So let them build. Grow your brand, grow yourself, grow as a drummer, grow as a person. And by the time that deal happens, you'll just be in a really, really good position. Thanks for watching this clip from the Orlando Drummer Podcast. If you are in any capacity attempting to make yourself a better drummer through the internet, which you probably are because you watched this clip, you are formally invited to come join my online drum school on OrlandoDrummer.com. It's an education platform very much in the style of Netflix, and I have 160 hours of content waiting for you there. Trust me, you will find something you like, and you can try it free for 7 days at the link in the description. We'd love to have you on board. Thanks, guys. Bye.